is an exciting day for me because I am standing in the entrance I'm up in the hills in North Thailand, and I'm at the entrance to the village of people they call the Long Neck tribe. You may have seen them in National Geographic magazine. Sometimes they call them the Hill Tribe Ring Neck people. But the ladies wear these brass rings. They start when they're 6 years old, believe it or not. And they wear these brass rings on their neck, and they keep expanding them over the years to where some of them get necks like twice as long as mine. You'll see here in a second, but really neat experience. But I wanted to show you this. This is actually the entrance into their village. And you can see behind me there, that's bamboo houses that they live in, and bamboo houses with grass thatch roofs. And this is rice fields here that I'm standing in all the way around me, where they grow the food and they grow rice that they eat, which is kind of a neat place. But let's take a look inside. It's kind of neat. Some of the traditional headgear of the North region tribes in Thailand. But the people here are so sweet and friendly. Look, say hello. Oh. Hello. Say hello.
Hello, bye-bye.
But we're all wearing our fancy hats, which is it's kind of cool. But they make everything up here by hand. And they sell all these jewelry and costumes, but it's a pretty neat experience. So I'm sitting next to another scarf weaver now. Her name is Manat. And as you can see, she's weaving there in the back. But the intricacy of the scarves and the weaves that they do in this thing is amazing. If you can see the whole pile of scarves over there behind her that she's made with this, but it's really something how intricate they are. But I actually have one of the things they wear around their neck right here. And this thing weighs 10 pounds. She just told me it's 5 kilograms for this thing. This thing it's unbelievable. I can't imagine walking around with this, but it's solid brass, one big long piece like that. Solid brass, and the thing weighs about 10 pounds to walk around with, and they start when they're 5-6 years old wearing it, and then they just gradually increase as they get older. But man, that thing is heavy when you pick it up. It's really something. How about that? These folks happen to be, they're from Burma. And I don't know if you can see, but very beautiful costumes that they wear. Look at this young lady down, and they're really, really sweet, friendly people, which is kind of cool to check this out. I don't know if you can see here. A little dark, yeah. It's a little dark to see into here, but boy, really beautiful costumes. So this was certainly an interesting day to say the least. Spent half the day up here in the village with the hill tribes, and there's I don't know, I guess I went to 5 or 6 different villages up here. One of the tribes being the long neck, the ring neck, people with the really long necks, which is really interesting to see. But they're not the only ones up here. There's several other tribes actually also, which is kind of cool. They're just the nicest people. They come from Burma. Most of them come down from Burma, which is, I believe it's called Myanmar now, the country. But they've been here about 6 years, they told me. And really interesting day, just a really unique culture. And a really interesting group of people to come and experience. They make all of their own stuff. They make jewelry, they make scarves and things that they sell, but then they also grow their own food. This is all rice fields I'm walking through here behind me, if you can see that. That's all rice paddies. So they grow all their own food, and they live in, just turn around here, let me show you where I'm at. They live in these bamboo house villages, which you can see there behind me. But I tell you, if you're ever up in North Thailand, trust me when I tell you, come and visit here, because this is it's an interesting day in your life for sure. Really different than, certainly completely different from the way I grew up. And the way that we live back in the USA from where I'm from, it's certainly much different than that. But really interesting to come and see for sure. A lot of people ask me, they say, Michael, how in the world can you afford to travel all over the world non-stop like you do? Well, the answer to that question and many others can be found at my website, travelinsiders.com.